So in America, there is a lot that our culture values, and a lot of that revolves around freedom and rights. Now, more specifically, the three that I want to focus on are individuality, privacy, and equality. Those three I feel are three of the most important that our country offers us, and that I think English language learners will have a tough time adapting to, depending on the culture that they are coming here from. So individuality, in my opinion, refers to the right to choose who you are and to choose what you want to do with your life. In other cultures, people are expected to grow up and be certain things and do certain things and act a certain way. So this could be hard for English language learners to transition to, because in their previous culture they have been told they have to do this, they have to do that, and then when they grow up they have to be a certain thing. At home, this may still be the case, but in school they are not necessarily, they have those choices and they have those options and they can be who they want to be. So this could be intimidating, because these English language learners could turn out to be two different people at home and at school, just like any other child. It's not different for them than other children, but culturally, it could have a big impact on them. This could impact how I teach English language learners, because I want to teach all my students to be themselves and to choose what they would like to do. But at the same time, I need to keep in mind their parents and respect their wishes to a certain extent, because as a teacher you want to make sure that you aren't doing anything that would step on too many toes, but while also teaching the curriculum that you need to teach and your students the things that they need to know. Moving on to privacy. Privacy is a big one in our country, and we see that every day. People that are famous, they don't have a lot of privacy. Now, in other cultures, privacy may not be something that is necessarily treated as big of a deal as it is here in America. We all want to keep our private lives private and tell who we want to tell. We do not want the whole world knowing everything that is going on in our lives. And that will go for our students. Now, there may be privacy issues depending on which culture students come from, and that could end up causing issues within the classroom. And you may have to teach what privacy means and why you should respect somebody's privacy. So this is something that could end up being an issue in the classroom. And lastly is equality. And in my opinion, this is probably the biggest one, because in lots of other cultures, women and men are not treated equal, and different races are not treated equally. And in America, we are lucky that for the most part, everybody is treated equally, and that we are all looked at as the same, and that is what our culture thrives on. And I think that coming from other cultures, there's a lot of English language learners that are going to have difficulty seeing a woman in a position of power, such as a principal, and listening to them and respecting them when they discipline that student, because they are told that women aren't supposed to be in those positions, and that only men are supposed to hold positions of power. And this could cause some intimidation and some transition changes, and there may be an adjustment period, but ultimately you need to teach the child to respect women and to respect those kinds of changes that they will be adjusting to. So these are things that you will have to keep in mind when you are teaching English language learners. So again, the three biggest values that I focused on were individuality, privacy, and equality. Three that I think are very important to our culture, and that English language learners may have a difficult time adjusting to.